just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberations in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and for those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Honorable members, welcome to today's meeting. We are pleased to have the honor of the House to be here today with us in this committee of the Department of Roads, Public Works. Let us start by doing introduction, and I will start with the honorable member from my far right.
Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Magut, representing Queen8 Kapsusu Ward, member, a friend of this committee. Thank you.
My name is Moses Kebene, MCA Simat Kapsaret.
Thank you, Chair. Naitwa Mheshimiwa Samuel Isaac, member of committee representing Kapsabet Ward.
Muya Francis, a member to this committee and representing Langas Ward. Thank you.
Julia Sang, member representing Megun Ward, a friend to this committee.
I am Sarah Malel, member representing Kimomo and the Deputy Speaker, a friend to this committee.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Diego Thomas, representing Tarakwa.
Honorable Patrick Mayo, MCA Mosbridge.
Good afternoon. I'm Honorable Mary Goreti Boroswa, representing Kipsomba Ward, and also a friend to this committee.
I am Honorable Gilbert Kosgei Sato, member representing Kiptiret Kipchamu, a member of the committee.
Amos Kiptanui, Rescos Ward, friend of the committee.
I'm Honorable David Piot Keitan, representing Sergoit Ward, and a member to this committee.
Honorable Ezekiel Kodingeti, MCA Ziwa, friend to this committee.
Honorable Gilbert Lagat, MCA Kiplombe Ward, friend to the committee.
I'm Honorable Isaac Kirwak Kemboy, MCA representing Kapsoya Ward, friend of this committee.
Thank you so much. Our secretariat, please.
I am Nicholas Kosgei, Clerk Committee Clerk.
I'm Kebli Mibanda, Assistant Clerk to the committee.
Torois Kimtai from Research Department.
Timon Barno, Sergeant at Arms to this committee.
Chebet Karen, Atachi Secretary.
Thank you so much. And from the chair's desk,
Honorable Rebecca Cherop, vice to this committee.
Thank you so much, my chair. And this is Gilbert Chepkonga, MCA Napko Lare Ward, and the chair to this committee. Honorable members, together with our visitors, maybe I let you introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Joseph Lagat, the CCM for Roads, Transport and Public Works.
Honorable Chair, I'm Abraham Kiptalam, Chief Officer, Roads, Transport and Public Works.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, we don't have the luxury of time, and maybe we start by a little housekeeping so that we are guided on how we are going to proceed in this. I will protect you, both members and the executive, in the proceedings, so that we have meaningful and gainful engagement through this discussion with the hope that after this we have something to go home with as having transacted business today. Honorable CEC, I just want to bring to your attention this letter that was dated 5th September 2023, and you are invited to address items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please respond.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I want to confirm that we did receive this letter on the 6th that we were supposed to be here with all the details as per the letter, item 1 to 5.
Thank you so much. So now that we are properly in tandem with why we are here today, perhaps maybe if I may ask that if you have come with documents that needs to be shared to the committee, you can table them now so that we proceed. Thank you. Now that I have received, thank you so much, Honorable CEC and the Chief Officer. Honorable members, I have given direction that it be, somebody is using this, please switch it off. Yeah, thank you. I have given direction that it be photocopied for the benefit of members. Thank you so much. CEC, can you bring us to where we are in terms of roads, or in terms of everything that was asked of your department?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Now, from that letter, number 1 is a detailed grading program per sub-county, per ward. I want to reiterate, Chair, that for the grading program, we are adopting the arrangement that we made in the last financial year, where we broke it down to sub-counties, complete with a chair, a member who is a chair for every sub-county. So when we set out to start the work for this financial year, we did recognize that it was still deep in the rainy season. So we agreed that we may not be able to launch the grading program across the county. And we made a decision to start with some wards. Now, in that report that you have, Honorable Chair, you realize that work has begun in some wards. And with an achievement that you can be able to see from the copies that you have seen, the ward that has achieved the highest so far is 20.6 kilometers of grading, and we have many that we have not started that are still at 0. Now, the agreement was that once the rain subside, we can be able to launch or to roll out the program across the county in favor of those wards where work has not started. Chair, maybe if I can take you through for the benefit of those members who don't have this copy for now. We have Karuna Meibeki, 18.9 kilometers. Moiben Ward, 1.1. Sirkoit Ward, 7.2. Olara Inapkoi, 20.6. Kamagut, 5.4. Tapsagoi, 1 kilometer. Ngenyilil, 6.5. Kapsaos, 0.8. Kipsomba, 3. Segero Persombe, 9.9. Ziwa, 9.2. Kuinet Kapsus was 6. Tulwet Chuyat, 6. Cheptiret Kipchamo, 12.1. Tarak was 6. Kapseret Simat, 7.7. Kipkenya Ward, 6.3. Megun, 4.4. Ngeria, 5. Langas, 1.5. Uruma, 0.8. Rescos, 7.5. The others are 0. So that is on the grading report so far. With the plan that once the rains have subsided, we will roll out across the remaining wards. The target, Honorable Chair, for this year is 1,200 kilometers. That is the target that we are putting forth for the grading program. Number 2 is allocation of fuel and maintenance. That is spare parts. That is, Chair, in my understanding, the budgetary allocation. The budgetary allocation.
Point of order, Chair.
Mheshimiwa.
Before Waziri comes to this financial year, because we had the last financial year program, it is also good for you to give us the kilometers that was done per ward in the last financial year, so that we can know how far each ward has gone. Thank you.
Waziri.
Yes, Chair.
When you say Ainapko Lare Ward, you have done 20.6 kilometers. What do you mean? In your regime as the Waziri, or in financial year 2022-2023?
Chair, I will take you to another page within the same document. If it was numbered, that would be page 3. That will be page 3 for Ainapko sub-county. Ainapko Olare, Kabero Tingwa, 6.1, Kapchililgo, Kapchiro, 1.3, Ainapkoi, secondary to center, 1 kilometer. Tajasis, Kabero, Kapchimucheron, 2.7.
Through the chair, kindly, I think let us not mix issues. We have requested, it doesn't matter how many kilometers you've given to each ward. Let us not just ask and give us in the last financial year, when we started this program, in the new regime, where you are the CC for the first time. Give us kilometers per ward, which were graded, which were dosed. So that we come now to this financial year, what are the kilometers per ward again? Then now we shall be reading from the same page. Thank you.
Big-headed Waziri.
Chair, let me retrieve that program very quickly.
Waziri.
Yes, Chair.
If what you have given us is to say that since the program started,
yes,
then this is what you've done, then I'm asking honorable members to pick it that way. Because maybe unless you want us to send them back.
Point of order, Chair.
Order. When the chair is talking, you hear. Or perhaps let me ask, have you categorized it to financial year 2023-2024 or 2022-2023? We want to know whether you can accommodate honorable member from Kipsomba. So,
From my observation, he's already retrieving because he has in the budget.
Okay.
For 2022-2023, he has in the budget.
Chair, I can confirm that what I have for the last financial year is different from what you have, what we have in that report. Yes, for Ainapko Yolare, I have a different set of roads that we did in the last financial year. So I have for every ward, the totals for every ward here. Chair, maybe you can give me direction if I can give the report for all the wards.
What members are requesting, they want to know for financial year 2022-2023.
Yes.
What was done in Ainapko.
Okay. Okay.
And then 2023-2024.
Yes.
What has been done in Ainapko.
Yes. Chair, let me read the totals.
Yes.
For every ward for 2022
And
2023.
Are you able to share with us so that members
Yes,
can also
yes.
have? If you have it in a soft
Yes,
copy?
it is in soft copy.
So maybe the sergeant, the clerks, you can have it, then it be shared to the members. Or you can WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. You can proceed.
Let them send it to you, and I will take back also to me, forward to me. And then I will read word by word.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable Gilbert.
Thank you, Chair. What I thought, maybe by the fact that they are sharing, there is no need of him going through as of now. Let him continue with what he had for, because he will share for 2022, 2023. For what he was reading was 2023, 2024. Let us now, as he shares the others, we shall go through, but now let us concentrate on what we had asked, that was 2023 from this financial year, for this financial year.
Maybe for your information, my Honorable Gilbert, I am.
I have something that I want to add there. According to me, as our CC explained for us, he know how to explain for the new 2023-2024. He doesn't know even for 2022-2023. So what I want to say is this: why don't we defer to go and prepare to bring, because that time he was among us. Because he was not there in the beginning. So why don't we give a chance to go and prepare and bring for us? Some of us, we don't know even to read in WhatsApp. Why don't we have a hard copy?
Thank you. Honorable members, order. Item number 1 was detailed grading programs per sub-county per ward. We do not say for financial year 2022-2023 and 23-2024. So in whichever way, in whichever manner he presents it to us, then it is for our consumption. Perhaps because this one, I don't think that what he has given us is for financial year 2023-2024. Maybe he's giving us an account of what he has done. Is it true? Because I just want to know that.
Chair, I have I have, if I was to answer that the way it is, without what we have done so far, is a breakdown of the grading program in general, what we had prepared to start off for this financial year, where we have allocated the machines to every sub-county as we had done in the previous financial year. And we have KCA 228 to KCS.
Point of order, Chair. Let us not mix ourselves here. We want to be very clear. Give us, the way you've said you're sending to the chair, let the chair send to the members.
Yes.
It is already there? Very good. So if it is already there now, we want to interrogate what you did in 2022, 2023, because we need equity for our wards. That's why we are interrogating this department today.
Honorable.
So that when we come to the top up of others being at zero, what were they in the other? Maybe they were ahead of others.
Thank you,
Yes.
Honorable. And maybe because I am the substantive chair, Honorable Waziri, give us your statement, full statement.
Yes.
Then we proceed from there.
Okay. Chair, in that case, I have given you a report of 2023-2024. I also have the report for 2022-2023 for the full year 2022-2023, where Tarakwa Ward we did 25.6 kilometers. Cheptiret Kipchamo Ward 35.2 kilometers. We have Rescos Ward 5.6 kilometers. We have Megun Ward 26.5 kilometers. We have Tuluet Chuyat, that should be 35.7 kilometers. That's an error. 37.1 kilometers. We have Megun Ward 26.5 kilometers. We have Ngeria Ward. There's also an error. That's not the correct total for Ngeria Ward. We will need to look at that. We have Kapseret Simat 29.9 kilometers. We have Langas Ward 28.8 kilometers. We have Kipkenyo Ward 26.1 kilometers. We have Ainapkoi Olare 42.9 kilometers. We have Kapsoya Ward 28.8 kilometers. We have Karuna Meibeki 32.8 kilometers. We have Serkoit Ward 34.1 kilometers. We have Segero Parsombe 15.3 kilometers. We have Moisbridge Ward 14.4 kilometers. We have Kuinet Kapsuswa 24.5 kilometers.
Point of order, Chair. Because we already have the details, why was it going through? I think we just need to proceed because we already have the figures here.
Proceed. We now have them.
Yes. So with the report, members, if I can leave out that, then I will go to...
Point of order, Chair. We need everything to be unanswered. Let Waziri continue. Not all of us will be seeing it. You see, I'm struggling to...
Okay, proceed on.
Okay.
We are
I will try to move as fast as possible, Honorable Chair.
Please go fast.
Yeah, we have Kuinet Kapsuswa.
But Chair, allow me to say something before CC continues. Unless, Chair, the CC will tell us that what is presenting is correct, maybe some few errors, like the one that we have noted, the one for Langas and the rest. I've seen mine, They are talking of 35 kilometers. Yet I have seen Torojmoy Center to Torojmoy School, that is Moipen ward. I have seen another place also, Charar Primary, that is Moipen.
Order.
So, it will not assist us.
Order, member. I had given a direction that he gives us the full statement so that we invite those comments, interrogations after that. We'll have to interrogate that statement.
But it will bring a wrong picture that these are the kilometers which maybe they have been done.
We will reach there. We will reach there. Please proceed on, Waziri.
Yes, Chair. We have Kuinet Kapsuswa, 24.5. We have Huruma Ward, 8.3 kilometers. We have Kapsaos Ward, 18.9 kilometers. We have Ngenyelel Ward, 33.2 kilometers. We have Tapsagui Ward, 33.3 kilometers. We have Tembelio. We have Tembelio, 55.6 kilometers. We have Kipsomba, 11.4 kilometers. We have Kamagut, 19.2 kilometers. We have Kaptagat Ward, 18.9 kilometers. We have Ziwa Ward, 14.8 kilometers. We have Keplombe Ward, 23.4 kilometers. We have Moiben Ward, 38 kilometers. We have Kimumu Ward, 1.7 kilometers. We have Kapkures Ward, 5.5 kilometers. And finally, Soy Ward, 18.3 kilometers, giving a total of grading 766.3 kilometers. Graveling, which I have not gone in detail, Chair, a total of 205 kilometers. And dosing, 120 kilometers. Drainages is 1.11 kilometers of culverts. Chair, the second one is on allocation of fuel, and I'll take you to.
Please, honorable member, let's allow him to give us his statement. We will come back. We will come back. No, you will interrogate those. We will point them out when we come back. Order, honorable member. Please proceed on, Waziri.
Because they cannot write some kilometers in my ward and the names that are not existing in my ward. The way Honorable.
The same honorable Shah had.
And
Honorable
then we
Shah,
are being led.
order, member, order. I've made it clear that we shall interrogate all those errors immediately when he finishes his statement. I think that is well communicated. Even me, I have issues with that has come out, but I'm holding on my horses until it reaches that time to interrogate it properly. So be guided, honorable member. Proceed on, Waziri.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The next one is on allocation of fuel and maintenance. For the current financial year, 2023-2024, we have an allocation of 81 million shillings for fuel and an allocation of 56.5 million for fuel, for maintenance. So it is 81 million shillings for fuel and 56.5 million for maintenance. Now, so far, this financial year, there's a document there. There's a document which starts with those machines, the one with KCA. Yes, that one. On page 4, that is what we have consumed so far. We have a breakdown for every machine. We have a breakdown for every machine. We have the lorries, we have excavators, we have graders, we have backhoes, we have dosers. And you can see what we have consumed on every machine in terms of fuel and also in terms of cost of the fuel. And when you go to the next page, Honorable Chair, we have, that gives you a breakdown of how we have consumed 40,000 liters of fuel so far, worth 7,198,838 for this financial year 2023-2024. Now, Chair, on the next question, status of operational machinery. Status of operational machinery. Currently, we have 6 graders in working condition. We have 6 graders. We have 2 backhoes in working condition. One has been restored today, and work is ongoing for another one. That will come to 4. So at the time of doing this report, we had 2, but today I can confirm we have another one back on service, and work is ongoing also for the 4th one. So we'll have 4 backhoes.
Why don't you say as at now you have?
Yes, yes. As at today, we have 3 operational and work ongoing for another one. We have 2. We have 1 operational dozer as at today, and work is ongoing on the other one. That is outside the dosers for water, because we have been using them even during this period when water have not started work. So for roads, we have 1 operational and 1 which is being worked on. That's excavator. That's dosers.
And the ones which are in for water, are you using them or they are?
Currently, we are using 1 also for water. So we are having 2 in total operational and 1 under repair. Excavators, we have 2 operational. Now that report, Chair, that I have given you, the same one that has fuel, from page 1, those are the machines under repair. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. All are graders. But number 6, we cannot say that we are hoping to bring it back on service. So number 1 to 5 are machines that we have procured parts, and Mantrak will be with us. They have supplied the parts, but they will be coming from tomorrow. They have promised to be here from tomorrow to fit. So we expect number 1 to 5 to be operational. We have received the parts. We are waiting for Mantrak to fix those machines. We have another grader, KAW, an old one, which has minor challenges, and we are working on it. These 5 are the ones which have major breakdowns. Some of them we have not been able to use since we started work together last year. In total, we will have 12 graders operational. By the end of September, Chair, we will have a total of 12 graders operational. In terms of lorries, the last page of the same report, the last page of that report, and you will notice that as roads we have 9 lorries. All of them are in serviceable condition. We also have the one for agriculture, and the rest 6 are for the Department of Water. But we have actually been using all of them. If you look at the fuel consumption, you will notice that all those lorries are active. They have had minor breakdowns, but all of them are in serviceable condition. We don't have any major breakdown for those lorries. That is the report on status of operational machinery. Number 4, Honorable Chair, on schedule outlining operationalization and allocation of machinery to sub-counties. I had already given partially. I will go back to that report. We have KCA 228F to cases. We have 27 CG 021A for Kapseret. We have 27 CG 021A for Ainapkoi. We have graders, those are graders, and we are maintaining what we had in the last financial year. We have KCA 240F for Moiben. We have KCA 226F for Soy. We have KCA 227F for Turbo. And then we have an extra one, KCA 225F. That is before we bring in the 5 machines which are now under repair by Mantrack. Now on the other machinery, on the backhoes, we have excavators, we have the dosers, and we have the lorries. I can confirm, Chair, we would want to take your opinion before we finalize on a program for those ones. We have a proposal that we want to form 2 operational teams, because where an excavator is, it will go with lorries so that it is effective in doing maram. So we are proposing that we have an excavator. Out of the 2 operational excavators, we assign 3 or 4 lorries so that we have 2 operational teams. And then we will agree with your input, Honorable Chair, on where we will begin. On the dosers, once we repair and have 3, we would want to allocate 1 for the larger, the former sub-counties, so that we have Eldoret South, the former Eldoret South 1, the former Eldoret North 1, and the former Eldoret West to have 1. East 1, North 1, and the South 1. That is our proposal for dosers. For the maram work, where we need excavator and lorries, we will have only 2 operational. So we will agree whether to go as per the dosers and the backhoes. Backhoes we'll have more than 3 operational. So we can go also to the former constituencies, Eldoret North, East, and South, 1 each. We can maintain 1 for emergencies. The same thing for lorries. We would want to maintain 1 excavator and 2 lorries for emergency. The same for grader. These ones under emergency, we are placing them, saying we can have them under governor's office, so that we can deploy anywhere across the county, whatever there is urgent need. That is on schedule of operationalization. So I'll be waiting to hear for your input on our proposal. Number 5, we have ledgers of fuel consumption by all machinery from 1st of July to the 31st of August. On that document, Chair of Machines, from page number 4, we have given a breakdown of the fuel that each machine has so far consumed. What I want to, what may not be in this report is that we have been able to purchase 60,000 liters of fuel so far. Some of it has not ended up in our machines. We have 3 critical departments which have not been able to purchase fuel, and up to now they have consumed fuel from the roads, but with arrangement that as soon as they're able to purchase fuel, we will recover. So we have had fuel for health, we have had fuel for municipality because of waste collection, and we have fueled office of the governor vehicles. So we have had 3 critical departments that have actually borrowed, I can use the term borrowed fuel from our department so far. Chair, I think that is my, up to that point, that is my report. I will give it back to you.
Thank you so much for that elaborate statement. Maybe I ask on behalf of members that do you acknowledge that the report you gave us on grading may be flawed?
Yes, Chair, I have noticed already some errors which we may have overlooked while going through that report, and which we will need to amend before submitting an accurate copy to you.
Fair enough, thank you. So, honorable members, I am bringing the ball back to you, but be guided that once you give your submissions, because of the number of honorable members we have, then that closes your time as we proceed, so that we have, I will be biased to make sure that nearly all the members are heard. So when you ask a question, be guided that that sums up your requisition. So let me open that window.
Chair, let
Yes.
me request. There's something that
Yes.
I may have skipped. Is that in the overall accuracy of the report for the last financial year, we actually had challenges. Some of the work we did under the planned grading program. Some of them we did under emergency. And in some cases, we were not able to tally correctly. There are some cases now where we did work under emergency, but they were not tallied to this final report. So it is true, we had challenges. For example, in Kipsomba, under the planned program, we had 11.3 or 11.4 kilometers, but we had work under emergency, which is not captured here. But it is not only Kipsomba. It also applies to other works.
Fair enough. You told us that it may not be accurate, and that those are part of the issues. And you've promised us to come up with an accurate document to support that statement. So, honorable members, yes, let me ask. And member, I hope you are not going back to the accuracy of the statement, because he has acknowledged that it needs to be addressed fairly. Yes, Honorable Rebecca.
Thank you, Chair. I thought we are supposed to show where the inaccuracy is so that they can go and prepare a good report. So if you tell us we should not go there, then it is not a discussion to find a solution to the problem we have. Honorable Chair, I just wanted to bring to the attention of the CEC that I don't know who went to the ground and did the work said. I appreciate, I've seen the kilometers you've given us here is plus those ones that were given on the contract basis. I thought it was supposed to be those ones done by the fuel that we budgeted for the grading of the county, but not, because this one is grading and graveling. The ones I gave out for my 3 areas to be graded and graveled, I didn't expect to be here. Number 2, Chair, I am in my ward where we are. I would request you to adjourn the meeting just for 10 minutes. We go to this road called Watershed Academy to St. Peter's Primary School. There is no day, not even a single day, since I was elected last year, August, a grader has touched that road. Not even a single day. From Watershed to Kamukunji Primary School. Not even a day. And I'm requesting if we can adjourn the meeting here and just visit the place for clarity. And there are so many, Chair, let me just finish so that somebody else can have some input for them to go and do a good report. In my ward, we don't have a place called Good to AIC Road. We don't have a place called Sogom Academy Charles. We don't have a place called Search for Kipchirchir. They are not there in my ward. So those are the clarifications I wanted to share with the CEC so that when we will be doing and correcting the report, he will be having the accuracy of what's done in my ward. Thank you.
Honorable Waziri, the day you will be doing that, you will be doing a serious, accurate report on that. Please invite honorable members. Invite them individually. You can use 30 days to come up with that report. Have 1 member per day, yeah, for accuracy, so that you go in tandem with, so that we all own the report. Thank you. Honorable member, I am declining to adjourn the House to address an error which has been acknowledged by the executive. So maybe that remedy will help. You will be invited to share with them or to work together to get the accurate report. Thank you.
Chair, maybe a clarification.
Okay.
Mine, I acknowledge that some work has been done, and they have reported here 4.4 kilometers. But I wanted clarification because I see the road that has been included, 0.4 kilometers was dosing. So I don't know if this is dosing and grading at the same time, because they have said grading, but mine was part of the dosing. However, in terms of value for money, if you take dosa from Eldoret to Megun to do 0.4 kilometers of dosing, I don't know what mathematics is that, members. Because you have the low, what do we call it? Low bed, and the fuel, and the wear and tear, and to do 0.4 kilometers. That is where I get lost.
Thank you. So it was not a clarification, it was a concern. It is a concern, and it takes all of us to connect to those mathematics. Let me go to Honorable Gilbert. And honorable members, please let us not address the errors, because the errors, we now have a solution to that. We will be... Honorable Mary Goreto, please switch off that.
Yes. For 1 month. If honorable, for example, member representing Gwinnett Kapsuswa subtracts
the number of the kilometers, the number of the road kilometer that she's saying they are not named, they are not the roads from a certain ward, for example. What is the remaining? Are we confirming what is the percentage of the damage of the error? You know there is
Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker is asking members that are the errors enough to damage the report, so that I think what Waziri is saying is that I have touched all the words. Is that what you are saying?
Chair, it is true, and as you have rightly put, is that we needed to sit down with members with their knowledge of the word. I want to believe that the names that you see here, which may not be appearing, which may not be on the ground, is a question of naming of those roads. It is not that work was not done. It's more about what we named the road. Now, if a road has been placed in Sergoit ward and it is in Moiben ward, it means that we will deduct from Sergoit ward and add to Moiben ward. So in the end, because this is a report that governor will present as what he did, what he achieved in the last financial year. So we will be very quick to correct this, because we want by the time he comes here, he brings an accurate report in the state of the county address. But this summary represents what the governor was able to achieve now in the whole county. So it is more about the naming, not whether the job was done or not, because of the source of that information.
I'm not saying that there was an optional road done. There is no road done in that area. And we can just go, and I like the ruling that you have given, that let us go with the CEC to the ground and make sure we verify what is supposed to be the truth.
Honorable member.
Because when the people was in Gishu County here.
Honorable members, I did not say the CEC visit every road. I say that you together with the CEC should sit down and agree on which road, and the engineers, the sub-county, order member. Because this report is not for us alone. It is also, I think the Honorable Governor also wants to have the same report. So it is the report of the county government of Uasin Gishu. Order, honorable members. Now, on issue to do with errors,
Point of order, Chairman. You cannot defend the department that you are leading and not giving us opportunity to tell you the problem that we have. What I'm trying to say is, it will be so unfortunate when the governor reads the state of the county here, telling the people of Kwinet Kapsuswa ward, this kilometers has been done, yet it has not been done. That is what I'm trying to say. I want accuracy for the benefit of governor and me, and even you as a chair of roads. That is all that I'm asking. Because if the governor will give a report which is not true,
now,
isn't it a shame?
Honorable member from Kwinet Kapsuswa, for me not to defend the executive, can I adjourn this house? We go to Kwinet Kapsuswa to see whether that road is there.
Chairman, I'm not saying that. But you are not giving us members opportunity to share the problems that we have, so that we come to an amicable area to agree on what we're supposed to say. I've agreed with what the CEC said, that is the report is doing. It is meant for the governor to come and present here next week in this house. What I'm only saying is, how can the governor present a wrong information to the people of Uasin Gishu County? Honorable Sergoit, who is my neighbor, has the same problem. It's not only naming of the roads, but also the kilometer done is not true.
Honorable Muya Mwangi.
Order, Chair. You had given me the floor. Now you are giving out.
There is something I'm addressing, whether, unless you want us to enumerate the errors now for them to accommodate.
Chair.
Now, order. I'm trying to really, in all these errors, because they are, and he has accepted, and he has said that he's going to sit down with MCAs to come up with the answer, to come up with the right report. Now, I'm asking you, honorable members.
Yes.
what should we do about it? And I'm inviting.
No, give us time.
Yes.
Don't dominate the conversation. Give the members time to.
Chair, I want to remind the department that the accuracy that members are raising is very much important. While my word is being read as 0, I'm also confirming in this house that it is not 0. And the same information, if it gets to the public, then that means directly that the member representing Kimumu is doing nothing about its word. So we can say bottom line that we had an RRI program that ran in the last financial year, and the initial kilometers was to cover 15 kilometers per ward. And I can vividly confirm that the 15 kilometers that were meant to be done in my ward was done correctly in that last financial year. Because it is also good from, even as they do their errors, we remind them the areas also that they, so that we don't also, the members, because if 0 gets to the public, kuna kazi ninafanya kwa hii nyumba. Yeah, and that is the reason why we are saying, what are the margins of these errors, so that we...
Kindly.
Honorable Gilbert, and then I come to Muya.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Even though you may bar us from correcting the errors, that will be the way to go. If our governor come to Kiplombe ward and said, I have graded a road in Kibulgeny, and in Kiplombe ward there is no road known as Kibulgeny, it is in Kwinet Kapsuswa, how will our CEC explain to the governor that Kibulgeny is in Kiplombe? My second question is not far from what our DS has explained, that almost 40,000 liters of fuel that were bought, no road in Kiplombe ward was graded, no graveling was done in Kiplombe, among other wards. What rationale do they use in sharing these resources across our wards so that we can also apply? We have been complaining, we have been raising issues, even the governor has been giving executive orders that this road from point A and point B be done. Are we together, area MCA? I say yes. Are you there, the Waziri for roads? He says yes. Up to date, it is almost 3 months that the road has not been done. And now here I'm being given 0. We need explanation for that. In our roads, our lorries are very busy up and down. Some have found them carrying sand. And I wonder, where are these sand being taken to? And when you request, you want to vary Maram from point A to point B, you are being told no fuel. Somebody has donated some Maram somewhere. We need excavator, we need roads, and when you go there, you are told no Maram, no fuel. We have gone to an extent of using our own money to buy fuel for these machineries. And yet, the same kilometers that I did using my money is included here. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for giving me the mic.
Order member.
Thank you,
I
Chair.
do that one, the next.
Thank you, Chair. From where I sit, Chair, I think if there is a department we need to dismiss an officer, it's your department. Because from the look of things, they were not prepared for this meeting. What I can say from where I sit is that the roads department, being the backbone of everything that is being done in the county of Uasin Gishu, the CC, the CEO, and all those that they lead, They don't know what they are doing. Why? You can hear the outcry. It tells you the report before us, it is not admissible. Therefore, Chair, this just tells you that they were either not prepared or they took your invitation for granted, because as you have heard Honorable Gilbert stating, it has reached a point whereby the Department of Road, under the leadership of our able CEC, they have taken the county machinery as their personal machines. I want to be very clear. I have the institution memory, where it is them to give direction by showing the picture of what was done, what was not done right, and how they have rectified it, and where we are going. Because you remember, before they were even brought in, Honorable DG had committed himself that the issue of breakdown and the lack of fuel will be a thing of the past, which is not the case. Today, in this department is whereby we have a very good number of lorries within the county under their dispensation. They are busy within the borders of this county. Doing what? Nobody can tell. We have machineries that it is out for grabbing. Who has energy to take it? And if you don't know who to call, then it means that the ward will be left behind. That is not the county I want to be a leader. Therefore, Chair, is a high time, because I'm sure even we need to have a total different meeting with the engineers, sub-county engineers, without them. Because it has come to our realization that from the governor, the CEC, and all those who are calling them bosses, they are dispatching this machinery at their own will. That is not the country we want to be in. That a dozer has been just dispatched to Temberio ward, even without even doing a kilometer, it has been recalled to be sent to another ward. That is not the county I want to be a leader. I want to be a leader in a county whereby there is procedure. Whether it's the governor, whether it's the CC, whether it's the MCA, we have to have orders of what we are doing. There is no way as you have heard, when it comes to do private works, there are fuels. When it comes to do works to help Mwananchi in this county, there is no fuel. That is, I will not be an MCA in that county unless we grab the whip, Chair. If it is a CEC, let him carry his cross. If he is not ready to streamline his department, we know what we are supposed to do. If it is a CEO, if it is any engineer, because there is no way we are going to play a hide and seek game here. Because I was surprised to see an excavator in a ward by the name Kipsomba. It was dispatched and the fuel was not there. But I heard stories that now it is being recalled. You know, we can't be leading such a. Therefore, Chair, I want to say that from the reaction of members is that whatever is before us is not admissible, and it shows that the Waziri and the CEO. By then, it tells you there is more than there is no department without a director. I can tell you for free. There is no. Therefore, it's a high time you send them back to go and prepare. And if they don't do that, let us do the needful, because we had given them 1 year to do what they are supposed to do to make this county better. But what is happening? There is no fuel. Ever. Chair, I'll not be a member in that committee where other members are crying, are complaining. Okay, members do not cry, but they are complaining that they are not receiving services. That one should come to an end. And if not, then the governor should tell us whether he has a department by the name Roads and Public Works. Thank you.
Before I go to Amos, let me go to Honorable Tarakwa Ward. Honorable Yego.
Thank you, Chair. I want to agree with members that this report, Chair, we cannot accept it. If you look at the way the honorable members have mentioned the naming of those roads, I have the same road is named 4 times and reflecting different kilometers, 3 point what, 1.5, and it is just the same, starting with the end, ending with the end, and coming back again. Mr. Chair, I don't think we'll continue. This is we have Cherus Ndungulu, and we have Ndungulu Cherus, and then Cherus Center roads. 4 times the same point. Mr. Chair, in this department we have a very serious issue of fuel shortage, and the CEC has mentioned that around 20,000 liters went to other sectors. We have health, which consumed I don't know what. We have the municipality and even the office of the governor. Now, Chair, honestly speaking, we have the machines. Some at times are working. But most of the cases we have is the shortage of fuel. I think, Chair, we need a very serious conversation here so that this thing is sorted once and for all. I don't know, Chair, how this problem can be addressed, because I don't know when this department will refund this fuel, or it has just gone last financial year. We are starting another financial year again. For how long will we continue crying shortage of fuel, shortage of fuel? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Yego. Hold on, Honorable Amos.
I thought you said after
hold. I just said hold on.
I know it's a very cold corner, but also
hold
remember
on, Honorable Member. I want to make a ruling that the report you gave us concerning grading activity, dosing activity, drainage works activity for financial year 2022, 2023, 2024 so far is null and void. Is hereby declared null and void, so that whenever and if you use that report again, we will depart from it as the assembly. Take note that is a state of what is happening. I just gave you a guidance. I just guided you that you need to work with the area sub-county engineers together with the MCAs for you to have a finality on that. Honorable Amos.
Thank you, Chair. Allow me, with your permission, allow me to stand as I make my observation, given the location where I am. I've never seated in this corner since I came to this county assembly. Kumbe kuna areas zingine siko unique. I want you to request members to explore some other sitting positions. Nonetheless, Chair, I want to agree with you that with this report, I sympathize with the department. Out of the sentiments from honorable members, it is as if the department have completely done nothing, which is not the truth. I want to agree that this report is a misrepresentation of facts. And the reason is this. One, when you look, for example, Resco's ward, the roads that has been mentioned, I want to say I give glory to God because of devolution. My ward could not have featured here with grading of 7.5 and graveling of 4.2.
Honorable Hamos,
Yes.
now that case is has just rested, can you proceed on with the other
Okay,
submissions?
and also I want to remind you, Chair, before you declare null for it, you are supposed to follow the procedure by putting the question. So you did it on your own. So some of us who have experience, you did it procedurally. So I would have expected you to give members time to give their views before you make a determination over the same. So in that note, Honorable Chair, I want to say with the department, in fact, if there is a department that has performed, it's this department. It's only that you are not giving us exactly what has happened in the ground. And whoever prepared this report, it's a total lie. Now, when Waziri says, our governor, while giving out his annual report, he will rely on this. I want to tell you, you will be failing our governor by relying on such reports. Can you tell us, out of the budget, over 100 billion for fuel and maintenance, we are only able to achieve a total of grading of 147 kilometers alone. That one is not convincing. And also grading and graveling, 37.7 kilometers in the entire county. Honestly speaking, with all budget, you want to tell us that is what you achieved as a county? You will be portraying this county in very bad light. So I want to say, what will happen to the just concluded grading and graveling in different wards? Where have you captured that one? And you are saying governor is going to rely on this? You will be misrepresenting facts if you are going to give this report. So I want to agree with the chair that as much as met your own personal determination of this report, I agree that don't rely on this report. It is not giving you the actual position, Waziri, and as our CEO. Now, when you talk of Rescos, I have a number of roads that I have done. Not less than 6 or 7 kilometers, grading and graveling. Wajana hii ya devolution hii. Where will that one be captured? The report that the governor is going to give out. And I've seen something here. It seems, I don't know whether it is who is responsible for this, even the true position, either by the engineers, sub-county, or ward engineers. So just accept. In fact, you need to apologize and say, I came with the wrong report. Let me go and prepare so that I come with the actual report next time. Na tuko na engineers hapo wengi, very busy. Kwani wanaleta report gani kutoka ground? So I want to say, Chair, I agree with the position that this is not what has happened at the ground. Hata tukienda mambo ya absorption, you are leading in absorption. Kwani pesa ilienda wapi? So I want to say, Chair, let's give time to the department and go to the next agenda. So put a question.
Chair, I've raised my hand. Hey,
Honorable
Chair,
Kirwa
I've raised my
Kapsoya.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair, for giving me this opportunity. In fact, I concur with Honorable Hamos. With this report, each and every member want to defend himself or herself. Bwana CEC and CEO, please, can you go to ground and give us the real report? Every member anajiaid. Tukienda ground, we have been seeing lorries, machines going up and down. You cannot say you have used all this fuel and nothing has been done in the ground. Let us give us the right report. Na tuangalie wale wamekuwa marginalized watafanya namna gani. Give us the report, tujue pale wamefanya nini, huku wamefanya nini. But this is not the real report. When we go to the ground, much has been done more than what is written here. Can you give us the engineers from each sub-county and also wards? With all job done in each and every ward, so that we move forward. In fact, we don't want to repeat the same mistake which we did for the last 1 year. Let us have a wake-up call this financial year and do the best of the people of Uasin Gishu. Now, are you aware, in these rains which you are receiving, at the end of every month, all roads will be the same. Yenye iliundwa na yenye haijaundwa, sitakuwa tuko sawa. Hata kama wewe member ulijikimbilia kufanya barabara, tutakuja draw wote. Barabara zitakuja zero. And we are expecting to come for another financial year, which will be emergency. Now, we are going to go for supplementary budget so that we improve our roads na irudi standard vile ilikuwa. Kama ulifanya barabara tuko zero. Sio ndio tunashukuru Mungu amefanya vyema. That is fair. Asante. Endelee nyeshi tukue
Honorable Sato.
You are offending me, bwana.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you for the opportunity you've given me. Honorable members, nafikiri itakuwa mzuri niseme ndio tusikie sisi wote. Moja, kuna kitu nimeiona hapo kwamba imefanyika uko kwangu. Nafikiri I think the report is not yours. Report si ati nyinyi mumeletewa, sio yenyu. Because hata mabarabara zenye zilikuwa zimepewa saa haya wakati hamkuwa na mafuta ilitengezwa, naona ziko hapo. Ona kwamba hii report sio yenyu, tutaenda huko pamoja, ndio tukae pamoja, tuangalie pamoja. Nafikiri itakuwa mzuri hivyo. Lakini kwa ukweli hatusemi kwamba hamjafanya chochote. Biblia inasema mpatie Kaisari ya Kaisari. So kuna kitu mmefanya. Na tusemi kwamba kikwetu wanasema au Biblia inasema kwamba give thanks for all that has been done. Kwa yale madogo makubwa tunasema asante. Lakini kwa ukweli hii ni kudanganya. Ati 12 kilometers Cheptiret na unajua hiyo barabara hata hatukuwa na mafuta. Asante.
Honorable Patrick Kimaiya.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to thank the executive, especially the CC Roads. One, when you started, you did it very well in the beginning. Especially I visited you several times, called you so much. My phone calls were almost daily. And then during that time, that was November, you did give me the doser to save a situation in Mossbridge. And then in the middle of the work, it was recalled and you promised me, just give me 1 month like that. We are now in September, another year, almost 1 year down the line. One thing I want to request you, because you've done good. I've seen you in the YouTube and doing some work on the ground. One, you should just visit those areas, every ward, with the MCA and your engineers on the ground. They will give you the true picture of what they did. Because you've done some gradings in Mossbridge, almost some 6 roads like that. There's some work that has been done. But lately, you should just tell us the truth. What is happening with your department? Because we now call you, you seem like you have a serious problem in your docket. Because every now and then, you run out of fuel, the machine is broken down. I even called this week, and I was told, the machines are dead. You'll have to wait. But you are telling us most of them are now in working condition. You should just tell us the truth, what is happening, who is this using the machinery that makes you incapacitated so that you don't perform your duties well. It is good to be clear. We might blame you so much, but then there are some things maybe they are beyond your strength. I mean, you as a CC, though you are the CC there, but you allow a lot of people using the machinery. We want you to stamp your authority. And us as MCS, we are ready to support your department to make sure it is very efficient. I believe the other time we, the MCS, visited the yard, and you declared some there are things we agreed about the machineries. Let us agree today as we support you and make sure the work is done, the remaining part. And then when you give the report, you get the true report that can be captured. Thank you very much, Chair.
Asante. Mary Goretti.
But you have not given us some
and then Honorable
Chair.
Kipchumba. Order, member from Kapsaus.
I've seen you giving Honorable Goretti several times and you have not spoken.
Order, Honorable member from Kapsaus. Mary Goretti, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. First of all, I want to inform the member that I had not spoken, but I was seeking for direction in the first, when I was talking. Chair, there is a very big problem in the Department of Roads. Yes, they have a good will to do the work, but there are people who are manipulating the same department. When we look at the performance they did in the first financial year and the second, you will find that in the 30 wards, in the first place, there are disparities, which I think politically they are not good. Kindly let us have equity of our resources within our wards. Chair, it is very unfortunate that Waziri has said he had an emergency in Kipsomba. Yes, but that emergency was fueled by one of the farmers known as Kipset. Secondly, when the DOSA was in my ward, some people decided to steal the fuel. And by that time, we were in Nairobi for a seminar. I mobilized the community, and they were able to catch the thieves. And the thieves were penalized around 60,000 Kenya shillings. And the same penalty that were given to the community never went back to the community. It was taken by one of your engineers. There was no need for even catching those thieves. And I still demand for the same fuel to be brought back to Kipsomba for dosing. The department is so disorganized in a manner that we don't know who is giving orders in the same department. The other day, we had the excavator in Kipsomba ward. We wanted to do the dam of Mobet. And the CEC water had brought the excavator to come to the site. Imagine using the loader to ferry, ama inaitwaje hiyo kitu? The loader, Loader bed, ama inaitwa nini? Low bed, sijui, because it has never come to Kipsomba. That was the first time. So when it came, it brought the excavator. It was packed in the facility, that is a dispensary, until the day when I called Waziri. And Waziri was like, he has no answers why the excavator was not working. The mess was because there's no fuel. For the last 2 good months. When I did the whistle blowing, the lowbed came and took back the excavator. I tried reaching out to Waziri. Waziri was not aware. I think the CEO was aware. And the person he was directing, that he gave the directive, was also declining that he's not aware. And that was the governor.
And from my own source of information, I was told the excavator was...
Honorable Mary Goretti.
Wacha nimalize. Wacha kufunika watu hapa nani.
Honorable Mary Goretti.
Yes, Chair.
For the interest of time, can you be...
We are here until even at 10. Because we want to resolve the issues affecting roads.
I don't know.
Not unless the chair you want to tell us, eh?
Order, Mary.
Yes.
Mary. I don't know whether members subscribe to your time of staying here until 10. Maybe that one I need to put it into question, as suggested by Honorable Amos. But I would advise you...
For my case, I'm ready to stay.
I would advise you to make a summary of your submissions for the benefit of other members. It is not for me. Please adhere to that.
Thank you, Chair. What I want to say is that when there are people who are giving directives to affect the operations of this department, then are we going to achieve results at the end of the day? To an extent that somebody is saying this Longham is being taken to the president's side, yet I had to call Koilel to inquire really, is it true? And I was told the president has his own a contractor who is an nation.
Fair enough.
So kindly, Chair, this is your department, and when we look at the records, you are the leading in terms of work done in your area.
It is null and void.
And some of us are still at 10%. Others are at 30%.
Let me hope that
kindly.
You're concluding.
Others are at 0. So which county are our other members, and where are we, all of us? We need to be reading from the same script.
Thank you.
Therefore, Chair,
thank you, Honorable
to conclude,
Mary Goretti.
Mary Goretti,
that is the fear I had in giving you time, because you don't...
I knew because you knew I was going to say the truth here.
The fear I had...
And I will not...
Point of order, Chair. Yes, Honorable...
Yes, I'm finishing. So what I'm saying, Chair, when it comes to disbursement of fuel, can all the wards be given their card? So that if I have 1,000 liters for Kipsomba, I dispense my 1,000. You also dispense your 1,000. At the end of the day, we come back and say, everybody has dispensed 1,000 liters of fuel. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shah. Oh, Jeb Kule, please come.
Yeah, before I make my submission, Chair, because as you had earlier indicated or ruled that this document is null and void, why are we keeping referring to a document that is not admissible? Is there any other agenda? If there is no other agenda, then we finish the meeting and we go.
Let me pick it from you, Honorable Member from Caps House. We just made a declaration that their report is null and void. And that one cuts across everywhere. And I gave room for members to make submissions now away or outside that declaration. But you know, you cannot stop.
We leave this document. Already you have ruled about it. So why are we keeping us here? Time is so precious. Unless there is another agenda, Chairman. Because we are honorable members representing millions of people.
Thank you.
Please.
Let me come back. Order, honorable member from Soy. Order, member from Soy.
Chair, you had given me
order. Member from Soy.
Yes, thank you, Chair.
No, order, member from Soy.
If you pronounce member from Soy, you are calling me to speak.
I am asking you.
That is how the proceeding of the House is.
Member from Soy, I am making a pronouncement. I'm not asking you to stand.
Before then, I'm on a point of order, Chair.
What is it?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable CC and CO for... I'm sorry, I have to be brought to speed. I've been out of station for maybe 1 or 2 days. My concern is is that the order of the validity and the voidity of the report and the nullity of the report. That I want to ask with ample request as a member of Roads Committee that we will be ruling on the nullity and the voidity of that report when the Committee on Roads, we have visited all those roads in the coming week, so that we become authentic and transparent as members. We will require from Department of Roads to give us the engineers when we are going to those sub-counties. If we say in Nabkoi, we'll start with Nabkoi, we go count our vehicles sub-counters, we will go for the 20 kilometers, we come to the next ward, so that we come and write our report concerning this report. Those are physical things. So I'm asking through chair that that is the direction to go if you want us not to blackmail anybody. We are politicians.
Thank you.
And we are members of this house.
Honorable.
Thank you. I'm asking for that. I'm requesting for that.
Next time you need to put your point of order in
That
order.
is the point of order.
In order, because you're giving a submission. Honorable Keitan.
Thank you, Chair. Before my proposal, I want to thank the department first, because I've realized, Chair, I thought all words are equal, but I've realized that there are some words. I don't know if they are talking of 29 culverts or 29 meters of culverts. I've seen a word called Ngenyilel. Recently, you had around 29 culverts for 600 millimeters and then 6 for 900 millimeters. I don't know which criteria was used, or was it for the contractors or what? Another issue why I'm supporting that we adjourned chair is that what we have been given by the department is not correct, or maybe it's not even assisting us today. An example is the one for the issue of fuel. We have been given the details, but an example, the one for that is under, I don't know if that is Creda or what. It consumed around 1,850. All the machineries are around 44. Total is 40,000 liters. But atujui ilifanya upande gani? Ilifanya Sergoit. Maybe I can remember. I think wali fuel Creda twice. So what I was expecting from this report is that by the time wanasema we have used 40,000 liters, tuambiwe ilifanya kwa Cheptiret maybe how many liters? Maybe kwa Mheshimiwa Tamogei how many kilometers, or maybe how many liters, something like that. So I'm requesting that we adjourn, so that maybe next time they can give us details of how this fuel was used. Unless otherwise, maybe we can give them some like 10 minutes, so that maybe they can tell us their plans. Now that they have 81 million for the fuel, and I've seen they have used 7 million, it means they still have around 74 million. I try to calculate, Chair, with 80 million, we can get 400,000 liters. If they have used 40,000 liters, and then it means we still have around 360,000 liters. And with my calculation is that in case if we are going to still have 44 machineries, the one that we have been given, it means we can consume around within 90 days, in case we just assume that per machinery is 100 liters per day. Although I know there are some like dosers, they can consume around 150 liters. So I'm saying if we are going to consume this within 90 days, with this supplementary which is coming, maybe you can tell us what plans do you have, so that we can get extra funds. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Let me bring it back to the CEC. CEC, please, maybe you need to put some issues right. You want to respond to others or make submissions. I give you time so that we conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I will make some comments And then I will also give our CEO time to make his remarks. Most of the issues that I would have responded, Chair, are based on the report that you have set aside. So I will not respond to the specific issues. I will just go general, Chair, to say that we appreciate the acknowledgement that members have made in the progress that work has been done in the department. Indeed, I want to assure you that we are not where we began last year. If you check the report that I've just given you, that some departments have been benefiting from fuel from roads, because the only department which is able to procure fuel most efficiently is actually roads. And many times they actually depend on roads. That is why health, which is a very critical service, has had to borrow fuel from roads. Municipality, which does waste collection, has had to rely on fuel. If you check the report, they have actually relied on roads for more than a month. We would be having a terrible situation if it was not for our department. So it is actually the contrary. The department that has been able to procure fuel is roads. Now, as I've said, we have a budget of 81 million for roads. With the current prices, we are now doing 180 shillings, and it is still going up. It will go up even in the forthcoming review, which will happen on 14th. The price is going up. So this amount is able to procure just a little fuel. If I can put into perspective, when we have our machines operational, we consume the 30,000 liters in a week. Now, that one is costing us 5.4 million. That consignment of 30,000. Currently, it is costing us 5.4 million. So if you break down the 80 million, it will tell you that we are purchasing about 15 consignments. So if we go to serious business, if we go to work, that fuel can do work for 15 weeks, out of a total of how many weeks in a year? 52. So you can imagine, if we were able to procure this fuel, or we were able to begin work now, and we run continuously, this fuel can only last us for, we have already procured 2. So we are remaining with 13 weeks. So this one will not even reach half of the year. Or at the longest, it will take us up to January. Now, these rains may subside around November, December. That is when we can begin now the real work. So it is true that we have some good allocation. Just to put into perspective, the last financial year, we found 48 million. That was the allocation for fuel. That has increased to 81. So it is an improvement, but it is still not enough. That's why we had this other discussion, Honorable Chair, that members can consider.
Chair, point of correction. I was not good in English.
Yes.
Waziri akisema we have a good allocation of funds. That term good. I thought maybe it is even better to say we have fair allocation of. Yeah.
Proceed, Waziri.
Yes,
And
yes,
mind
thank
your
you.
English.
Thank you, Chair.
Please mind your
I'm
English.
doing it comparatively, because from 48 million, an increase to 81, we could term it as good. But the truth is, it is not enough. And that's why we had this other discussion, that if members find it fit, with this program that we are planning to roll out together, we can have members consider allocating some fuel from the World Fund to supplement what we have here. I have already made a proposal or a request to the economic planning for an increase of this fuel in the supplementary budget. But you realize that this is not actually the right time to ask for additional fuel, because we have only purchased fuel worth 10.8 million out of 81 million. So fairly speaking, we still have 70. So asking for additional money and I still have 70 may not make a lot of sense at this supplementary one. Maybe at a supplementary 2. But we know from the projections we have is that it will not be enough. So as we go forward, I will still ask that in your own time, you can have that discussion towards that end. Now, if we succeed in that, then the money that is allocated for that ward, we will put mechanisms so that that fuel is spent
Point of interjection, Chair.
within the ward.
What is it, Honorable Muya?
Thank you. You know, if we allow Waziri to go the direction he's going, and that's why I've been pushing, that we need to take the development vote for wards to be 70, they remain with 30, is because they have been unable to manage what we have given them. Therefore, it's a high time you rally behind me, and we make sure that ward development fund, we take it to 70, because it's as if they are unable to budget for what we have given. Mark you, this is only development. And 70% is recurrent budget. Remove the personal emolument. All the other money, it's for them to budget. But they are unable. They are still eating at the 40. What does it mean? It's a high time, Chair, and the Chair of Finance and Budget, we go my route. That is the only way.
Maybe the Honorable CEC is asking that the honorable members that of the 80 million, you take care of 2 million of that 80. You know, you are preempting what.
Thank you, Chair.
But
I'm
Chairman,
sure this is a discussion.
Chairman, a point of order.
Yes.
For purposes of record, there is a very common word that has been used here, and this is not the only department that they keep on referring. Members don't allocate any monies. We always go for public participation, and the public allocates money. So even the ward funds, members are not allocating, but members of the public are doing what? Allocating. So it should not.
I think that one should be captured well for the record. That honorable members, the 40% of money allocated by the members of public for their projects. Perhaps if they ask us that they need more because they have appropriated it well, then we will do the needful here in this house. But that is not the question for the Honorable CC.
We agree, because at the end of the day, this budget will still come to this house for final approval. So if we do our own things there, and it will still, and it comes here without your approval, we will still go back. So, but I know this is a discussion which is going to come. I know this is something that we are anticipating. Chair, what I was illustrating is that we have actually made progress from where we found the department. If you look at the work that we have done in the last financial year, although we had challenges and delays because of the transition, we actually achieved. In our Department of Roads particularly, we were able to absorb 71% of development budget. Now, that is a year that we started procurement in March. You all remember as members that we started procurement in March. So this time around, if we are able to begin this month as we have scheduled, or latest in October, we are going for 98% absorption of development funds in roads. So we have made some serious progress.
But let him go with that. Please proceed.
Yes, thank you. On repair of machines, I would also reiterate, Chair, that we have made progress. In the last financial year, the maximum number of graders that we had available was 8. In the current financial year, and we are making that commitment, we will reach 12, with a target of reaching the maximum, which is 13. The maximum is 13, but we are going to 12 because we are repairing 5, which we already have the spares, and we have 7, which are in service currently. So we have made some progress. Allow us to revisit this report, which has very big inaccuracies. It is true, Chair, that it has very glaring inaccuracies. So we will take a lot of time to interrogate, because we want to present an accurate report to this assembly, Chair, and also to our boss, who is the governor. We would want him to have an accurate report, an accurate position of what we have done on the ground, so that as he presents to the assembly and to the people of Uasin Gishu, let it be an accurate report. So we are very much together on that.
And on that, let me help you, because I was once a victim of the same. If you rely on the operator to tell you I have done 6 kilometers, you will be misled, because the operator is trying to justify the usage of fuel. So the operator says, I took, and to qualify the allowance. That is where we go wrong. And it is to tell us that the engineers, sub-county engineers, are not active. And yeah, those two people, they are not on the ground. So they are giving you erroneous results. Perhaps the best, and I want to submit in this honorable house, that if you get those information from honorable members, you will get 97% accuracy. If you don't want to admit that, please work with the MCA to get those figures. Waziri, you've told us that your department has worked tremendously in relation to the other regime. But I want to bring to your attention that the day we sat down here, the day we called you here, you told us that 6 machines were in a working conditions and 2 were on the pipeline towards completion. Today, you are saying 6 machines working conditions, another 5 pipeline. So your performance, I don't want to say, you dwell so much on the promise. You dwell so much that come August or come September, we will be 12. I don't want to buy that. I want to buy what we have. And what we have now is 6. These honorable members, they would have no issue if they had 10 machines roaming around Uasin Gishu. So your appraisal report on maintenance of machines is still below, because you started with 6, you have 6. And if you tell us, if you come tomorrow and you say you have 8, we will want to know, because we know where the 6 are. We will want to know where those 8 are. So you are still at the place where you were a year ago. 6 machines, 6 graders. That last time it was 6. In the last regime, every sub-county was 2. That is information you are supplying to me. So you have a lot of work to do. Number 2, on fuel. We have used 40,000 liters. Please, when you go to come up with that report, please tell us that the 40,000 liters was value for money. Honorable members, as a conclusion, unless there is any member who would wish still to add something. Yeah. Kokwas.
Thank you, Chairman. Nilikuwa nataka kusema hivi. Tusipuuze, na nilikuwa nataka kusema kwa CEC na CEO wetu. Hii maneno tumesema yote. Kama mimi sasa, for example, Kipkenya, nimepewa list kwa hii ya Kipkenya na ni correct, kazi ilifanywa na ni sawa. Lakini niko na shida kubwa sana siku hiyo ndio hiyo kazi ifanyike. Sitoki sababu nakaa hapo usiku ikifika, asubuhi naamkia hapo, tunakaa na hawa mpaka jioni. Msipuuse maneno ya Goreti. Hata kama ni mbaya ni mbaya. 40,000 liters ile ilifanya kazi ni 10. 30 hakuna. Tunaambiana hivi. Hata kama mtu huko na uchungu ni sawa. Shida yenye iko kwa county ni mafuta. Si ya Goreti ilishikwa kama imeibiwa. Si mumesikia nyinyi wote. Na action gani ilichukuliwa? Kwa hivyo hata saa hii tukiendelea hivi hakuna. Mimi nataka kuomba awasini ya Muya. Usiplast sisi wetu. Lakini tunataka tukucorrect kidogo sisi. Pea kila ward yake. Pea kila ward mafuta yake. Kwa hiyo 40,000 liters. Peana sema Kapsaret ni kiasi fulani. Pea sisi ofisa moja kwa hiyo department. Ikikunywa yangu, mimi niende nijichungie yangu. Iende vizuri. Ndio kazi itafanyika. Lakini hii yenye unatudanganya, si wewe ukifanya hivi na ile kiketi inatembea hivi. Hakuna kitu wewe unajua, hata sio hakuna kitu unajua. Maneno ni mbaya ground. Kwa hivyo mafuta haifanye kazi. Asante sana.
Asante kwa kweli. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Mine was, we have dwelt mainly on the issue of fuel and the allocation and how much we've spent so far. But I wanted to be sure the maintenance part of it. I know we have money for repairs, but what is the status currently? How much have we used? I know there's a contract with, I don't know, Mantrack or that framework kind of contract. What is the status currently, and how are we going to play out until the end of the financial year?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. We have talked about lorries because we don't have any problem. He's saying the lorries are active and working. Yeah, so maybe we should shed light where are these lorries, and if we can divide these lorries according to the sub-counties, because we don't have issues with lorries. But since it's not working for us, you should clarify about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Gilbert Sato.
Thank you, Chair. Mine is just a follow-up because there was some resolution we had actually met some time back. How far are they?
Resolutions on fuel distribution, I hope.
There was a resolution that we had made.
Thank you. Honorable Diaz.
Chair, I would like to add what the leader of majority has talked about our real expenditures in terms of maintenance. If it is well, if we can request the department the time that they will be giving us a comprehensive report on the works of the last financial year, maybe they can bring us up to speed also on the expenditures, because you have just very well put it very well that in the other time they were talking about 6. It is still 6 up to date. Yeah, so maybe if they can tell us about that part also, to give us a comprehensive report on how you have maintained our machinery with the allocations that we gave you, because we are going also to this financial year, of which I want to believe maybe you have not started also, or you are starting using the finances in this financial year for maintenance, so that we know also the progress here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Waziri, I want you to order. No, I'm not. Let me go back to them first. Oh, and what is that?
Said, when they will be coming, they come also with their work permits for all the machineries on how they've been operating, so that we can be able to know. When we talk about the lorries, where have they been operating? So the work permit will also support that.
Thank you so much. Waziri, there are 3 items I want you to capture. I want you to capture.
It is work ticket, not work permit.
Yes, I remember the work ticket we were shown when we went to the yard. It's a voluminous booklet, but if members, if we will need it here, then our job is to do exactly that. I want you to capture issue raised by Honorable Leader of Majority on maintenance of our machineries. And again, there was a resolution that fuel be divided to sub-county. I want to know how much fuel was given to Ainabkwe sub-county, to Kapseret sub-county, so that when we have our machines working, then we are dealing with Ainabkwe sub-county. And then maybe when we do good in that, then we really devolve it further to ward level. Honorable, yes, Gilbert.
Maybe to add on so that he can respond all. We have machineries that have stalled for more than 1 year. You have provided with us today with a list of the drivers. Do you have a driver for fire brigade or fire machinery that is no longer working there, or any other machine that is there for the last 1 year not working, and the driver is still earning instead of being transferred to? How do you do about it?
Honorable Rebecca.
Thank you, Chair. My concern is still about the grading. I want to know, because there are some roads, Chairman, even you have spent your own money to buy fuel and do the road. Why should we put those kilometers to have been done by the county? And that one, it was either done by you or some friends in the community collected fuel and do the road.
Thank you. That one is, it's part of what I've written here. It's part of the accuracy report we will be seeking from them.
Accuracy report, yes. Number 2, Chair, is about the machinery. How many lorries do we have in this county? So that it can be divided equally among the areas to give us services that we want.
We have 16 with us now.
16. And finally, so that I cannot ask again, many a times we see our lorries in private farms. One time I even organized some tractors to block the road for a machine not to be taken in my ward, because it was in a rich person's place and they don't want to open, it was a excavator or something. And they were working on a very rich man's land to remove water in his land and leaving the next neighborhood, who is a poor man, that we all of us served. What I did was to organize the tractors around just to block the road for the machine not to be taken. That is the time I was given the opportunity to help those ones. So I want to know the CEC to tell us, why are they giving private developers first priority? When we were doing our devolution, you know, Paul's Bakery is my ward. And I'm told, Rebecca, mbona unatuambia malori hakuna mafuta hakuna, na tunaangalia magreda yetu na malori ikifanya kazi pale Paul's Bakery. Those are the questions we are being asked by the people. And I think it's also right for me to ask them so that I can have an answer to give them.
Honorable Caroline.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think what is coming out clearly is that it is not that the department has not done anything totally, but they are misreporting, and good that you've given a solution to that. Moving on swiftly to what I wanted to ask is, I've heard the CC talk very much about Mantrack
supplying the spare parts and all, that is bordering on maintenance. Are we having only one supplier for the spare parts? Since I think most members here will admit that apart from maybe from time to time, having to disadvantageously meet the cost of buying fuel, they also meet the cost of spares. Because when you are told there is a breakdown for one spare part, you would rather part with maybe some money to buy the spare part than for the machinery to be taken back or to lie idle, since it might have also taken a long time before it comes to your ward. Secondly, and lastly, is on operational efficiency. The honorable member, who is also the leader of majority, made a lot of sense when he talked about 0.4 kilometers, having a dozer being transported all the way to Megun, that's quite a distance from here, to just go and do a point of an nth of a distance of road. So that then begs the question, how efficient are we when it comes to the operations of this machinery? Do we look at the other costs that are involved? And I liked a proposal that I had the CEC put, that it is important that once a grader is provided, tippers are also provided. It's good that when tippers are there and you have the grader, and there are works that involves graveling and some compacting might be needed, that a roller is provided. So I would recommend that even going forward, we do not only plan for the major machinery. In this case, I'm talking about the graders and the tippers, but also the ability to group them in such a way that we achieve the highest, the optimum output. That's what I would say. And on borrowing of fuel, as I wind up, Chair, it has come clearly across that fuel is being borrowed from this department because of their ability to procure efficiently. My question is, what is stopping the other departments from being efficient in their procurement, so that they have to come and borrow from this department that they hardly have enough? Right now, we are complaining about the fuel not being enough. Why don't those departments put their houses in order and get their fuel in order, so that they do not always come and borrow from this department? And even as this department becomes the good neighbor, we don't have enough for the machinery. And when are they going to return? They're over 20, I think it's 20,000 liters. That's quite a lot. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. Waziri, a quick response on that.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I will respond very quickly. Some of them I will leave to CEO. Number one is, Chair, I want to clarify something on the maintenance and availability of our machines. Last year, around this time when we sat, we had 6 graders available. During operation or during execution of work, let me tell you, there's a time we came down to 4, we even came down to 3. People of Moiben, the members of Moiben will confirm, their machine at one time was out for over a month. The same thing for Soy, the same thing for Turbo. So when we say, we actually started with 6. We came down to 4, even to 3 at some point. But during that 2022, 2023, the highest we went is 8. That means as much as we came down to 3 machines, we were able to repair all of them, plus bring on another 2 machines. So at the close of financial year, we had 8. Now, when we started work for the current financial year, we have had 1 major breakdown and a minor breakdown. And I did clarify that there are 6 serviceable machines. There are 6 working machines and 1, the old one, which is serviceable. So there are actually 7. And 5 under repair. So it is true that within the next 1 month, we will have 12 for the first time. In the last financial year, we achieved 8 maximum. But it is not that they were 8 throughout. We went sometimes very low. We had breakdowns, and then we had to repair those ones and bring on board the other ones. The same for the other machines. Even the ones that are operational, from time to time, they fail. Now, remember when we started again, we had so much issue about punctures. Most of those machines, almost all of them had worn out tires. So when we began again, we bought 20 tires. That one cured a lot. And we reduced on punctures. Now you realize that when we began again this year, we have started having those problems. Members here will confirm we have started having problems with punctures. So we have procured 30 tires for graders right now. Now in terms of expenditure so far on spares, we have not paid, but we have procured, we have issued LPOs, and most of that money is because of these major breakdowns, those machines which have been down for more than 1 year. We have issued LPOs of spares worth 18 million. We have also issued an LPO for tires, for graders, for 6 million. That will come to 24. Hopefully at the end of that, we'll be able to have 12 machines on with fairly good tires. So it is progress that we will make. Now on the use of lorries, as a department, I said we have 9 lorries. We have one for agriculture, which is attached to our department most of the time. So in most cases, we are using 10. Now, these lorries cannot work independently, as I've explained. For them to be effective, we have to attach them to an excavator to source maram from the borrow pits, and also a roller. So we are proposing, remember that we form 2 teams which will move on a rotation basis from one ward to another. That is our proposal. On top of that, we will have another emergency team, so that in total we have 3. So our proposal is we will divide them to 3, but 1 is emergency. So we'll have 2 moving from one sub-county to another. The program we will agree together. That is on lorries. Now on fuel, so far we have not divided fuel to the sub-counties. But because we have done graders, we have divided these graders and the machines to the sub-counties and to the wards. It is our hope that the fuel will also be distributed across every ward. So far, up to where we are, we have had a challenge. Because of the rains, we have not worked in every ward. So we have favored some wards, like Segero Parsombe, like Aruna Mibeki, because we chose to start there after agreeing that their soil can allow grading and even graveling to be done when it is raining. But at the end of the year, we would want to look at it, all of us, and say it was fair. But we will keep learning from it and adjusting, because this is something that we are doing together. On the utilization of idle operators, we actually deploy them from time to time. Some of these operators, when they are not available, we move operators from one machine to another. So we don't really have an operator who has been out of duty for a whole 1 year. But there are machines which have been out of service for 1 year. Now recently we sent home the casuals. Some of them were operators. So that means we are utilizing almost all of them currently. Chair, Mheshimiwa has talked about sometimes when machines have been in private premises. Now in our office,
Maybe before, Chair, before you move to the other one, I'm interested with what he has said, and my concern is machine KW 230Z, which has no operator and it is functional.
that is the grader.
Yes.
The old grader.
It is operational.
Yeah, that machine
Yes.
was actually working in Ngenyelil in Turbo until it got a breakdown. It had a problem of brakes, which has not been resolved fully. Otherwise, it has an operator.
Okay.
Yes, it has an operator.
But as per your records here.
Or we
it
did
has-
not provide.
Yes.
We have somebody called Joshua who drives that old grader and who was operating it in Turbo before it failed. Now, these private individuals and institutions, they do write through the office of the governor. And sometimes their requests are approved. And we are sent those letters as a department to assist them. When it happens, We only allow that to happen when we don't have fuel. So we can only give the machines when we don't have fuel.
Maybe, Chair, I don't know if Wasiri knows that we are live. Maybe you can confirm.
Honorable Chair, PSM, is that or you are supplying information?
It is part of maybe informing him of something. Maybe he doesn't know.
Okay.
Before he proceeds.
Mheshimiwa Waziri, tuendelee tafadhali.
Chair, let me confirm that we have assisted only institutions, and they have to follow the procedure. They write to the county, and it is approved before we can give them any kind of service.
Yes, and Waziri, please make sure that while you are giving any statement, be very careful, because you might invite a lot of questions from them.
Chairman,
I would ask that where you are not sure, you leave it that way, because it is imminent. We are having another meeting soon. Thank you.
It's okay, you are finished.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Noted. Well noted. On whether Mantrack is the only supplier of spares, I will confirm that it is not the only supplier. In the last financial year, we had somebody called Baselink. We have retained Baselink, but we now have Mantrack. Baselink had issues of capacity. We gave them LPOs in November last year, but he was unable to supply those spares. Some of them we cancelled LPOs at the last minute, before the end of the financial year. And remember, this is a recurrent expenditure in nature. So there is some money that we were not able to spend because that contractor did not have the capacity to supply spares within the required period. So that is why we brought on board Mantrack, but it's not the only supplier. But it's a very important supplier, because 12 out of 13 of those graders are Caterpillar, which are serviced by Mantrack. That is the manufacturer of those machines.
Thank you, Waziri. Thank you,
with
Waziri.
that, allow me to give CEO, he has not spoken since we came here. Let him make
Before
some
you
few
leave about
remarks.
Mantrack, can they confirm to you when we were at the yard, they were following it up with Mantrack, the issue of framework contract. They have never talked after that how far they went with that issue.
And again, Chair, they have not answered my question. The fuel that was recovered, is it going to benefit the people of Kipsomba, or it is just going to go like that?
Maybe touch on that quickly, or you can let him.
Yes,
handle.
on the frame contract, Mantrack, he will answer. Maybe on the incident of Kipsomba.
We recovered 61,000. Is it true? 60,000 we recovered, and it was handed over to an officer of government.
And I will confirm that I'm not aware of that amount of money. But I know what we were able to spend as a department from that money for county work was 20,000 shillings. So we were able to get 20,000 from that recovery, which was spent by the department.
So be specific. What are you not aware? Because
60,000 cannot
now,
confirm.
let me direct you in this. You are aware that fuel was siphoned.
Yes.
You are aware that a bounty was placed. That is 60,000. No, I'm just
Chair.
you just withdraw everything and then we proceed. We don't have a problem.
Chair.
So you are aware that fuel was stolen. You are aware.
I would request that we answer it when we have the full and correct information. So for now, allow
will
us.
Waziri, I'll give you the full
Order,
information.
order.
I'll give you the full information.
Order member. You know, when you supply a question, then it becomes a property of the House. It's no longer yours. Now, Waziri, I'm also interested in the 20,000, that benefit. So did it come as a revenue? How did you handle that? Because Honorable Shah is here, Honorable Sato is here, people who've worked with money. How did you receive the 20,000?
Chair, allow me to answer that question when I have the full and correct information about the entire incident.
Well, fair
Yes,
enough.
yes.
Thank you so much. Welcome, Mr.
Chair, before
Yes.
you bring in the CEO, I know you're almost concluding. I have followed the discussion in my forum and my forum at home. Somebody has written something to do with the preparedness of the county. I think it is relevant to this discussion in the looming El Nino rains. How are we prepared? What of the disasters that will come? The floods, and do we have, what do you call it, the mudslide and all that? Are we prepared?
Waziri, or you're leaving it to him? Thank you. Karibu.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair and members. And before I make my comments, let me say thank you very much for the committee for inviting us here to have a conversation and to hear the concern and raise the concern so that we can have solutions on matters that are arising. Before I make a comment on the El Nino, let me say one or two comments to wrap up what Waziri has said. Number one, allow me to mention something, Chairman, on issue of human resource. Currently at our department, we have 3 directorates. Of the 3 directorates, 1 is substantial. The one in roads, the one in mechanical, both are acting. And the one in public works, who is substantial, doesn't have a deputy. Another position that we have in the department is the Director, Administration and Planning. The one in charge at the moment is acting as well. So on the issue of human resource as a department, at some levels we feel incapacitated. We have brought the matter all the way to County Public Service Board, and we have been advised that we sort the budget on the same. So going forward, I want to bring attention to the committee that our sections of the department, we are really feeling inadequacy on matters leadership of those departments. We have to try to make some substantial or acting position, but again, we have been restrained by the County Public Service Board. So I wish to bring the matter live to the committee so that maybe going forward, we'll consider on how we can handle the matters of human resource and maybe linking it direct to the budgetary. Number 2, on the matter of framework contracts on issue spares, I wish to say that we have a framework contract with Mantrack on service, to provide service to our equipment, and number 2, to supply us with parts. On the same category of machines, that is a Caterpillar, we have another supplier called Baselink, but only on parts. So we have 1 contractor on service, not 2. Another matter that I want to bring forward is the issue of fuel. And the concern that a member raised was the issue of borrow fuel. I think at some point we'll need the guidance of the committee protection. As we have said, we are efficient in procurement of fuel. But as a county, we have some department which in most of the time doesn't have fuel. For instance, a classical example is the health department. We had an incident last Friday. There was some accident that happened along Ban Forest there. And we had to fuel almost 3 ambulances at a go. So we are having a challenge on how to relate with the other departments who maybe in most cases they don't have inadequate fuel. And as a department, sometimes it's very difficult to deny the rest of the department fuel. Another department is environment. For instance, as a department, we planned ourselves for the period that the IFMIS was not working, especially in the period of July. And we were able to foresee how we can put our machinery in order. But during the whole month of July, the Department of Environment, that is municipality, didn't have fuel at all. And in a day, we used to fuel not less than 300 liters of fuel. We have a dozer.
Maybe, Chair, as he continues telling us that there are some departments, maybe they are taking fuel, maybe he can tell us maybe if they are recruiting, because the other time we were told every department wako na pesa yao ya mafuta.
And on top of that, Chair, if departments are actually depending on one another, why is it that the excavator had to stay for 2 months without you resolving the same? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe to start, if we keep records, we have some sheets here. For instance, the Department of Health. In the month of July alone, they source from us around 2,800 liters. That is health alone. We have the Department of Environment. They borrow. Now, the issue about borrowing, at the end of the day, we are able to claim all this fuel. But what happens is that our program at some point will be delayed. And sometimes the department can consume fuel. By the time we are following up to claim, what they have purchased is maybe way below what we owe them. So that's normally our challenge. And maybe through Chair, the question about the excavator at Kipsombe.
Chair, on the procurement of fuel, for example, so that you don't get disturbed.
Correct.
You know, initially the entire fuel was domiciled in roads, but they decided that each department maybe to have their own fuel. Ni nini imewazuia juu mimi naona mtakuja kukua crippled. Juu kama we are now how many months down the line na pengine awacha create system yao ya kujinunulia mafuta. So unaona hapa tunakuwa maro safi.
Through Chair, I want to say what the Deputy Speaker is saying is true, that at some point we feel overrun sometimes by the request of the various departments. And to say the least, there are very essential departments, starting from the health, the Department of Environment and the municipality. There is a dozer at the garbage area that I think consumes not less than 200 liters per day. And for the entire month of July, we have been fueling that dozer.
Chair, I have a question on the same. Please.
I'm asking that
Yes,
we stop the question. Let him make his submissions, please.
Yeah, it includes
Please.
that.
He may touch on that.
No, please, allow me, sir.
Okay, please.
Thank
Quickly.
you. Maybe I just want to know if they have raised the same concern when they have their cabinet meeting on the issue of fuel.
And on that, on that, have you switched on? Off? Yeah. Somebody is on? Yeah, thank you. You know, when you come here and you tell us that other departments are crippling us, then I wonder what kind of help you want from the assembly. If other departments are crippling you up, then take it up to a cabinet level so that you address that. I think we fail to see why it is coming into this house. We fail to see. What we are asking is, now that we know that you are good in handling your fuel matters, then make it work.
How good is it, Chair, when they are giving out?
It is for them. Now I'm asking him to make it work for us. Make it work. I don't mind how many fuel you give it out. But if it is working for us, then we are okay. But now, make it work for us. I think that is the statement that should come from this house. That we are not having procurement of fuel done at the right time to tie with the stocks that are there. And it is a concern. So make it work.
While you are there, let them also tell us how will they account for their fuel if it has already been used by another department at the end of the day.
He has just, I thought you said you have all the records with you.
Correct.
Then
And
proceed please. Please conclude.
Chair, thank you very much, Your Chair. And maybe I start guided. On issue of fuel, as you have said, we'll raise through the Waziri to Cabinet, or now the departments are maybe raiding us. And it was just a point of information to members so that they understand what we go through. And on the issue of Kipsombe about the fuel, we are the Department of Roads and not the Department of Water. When the long arm came and stayed for 2 months without fuel, basically it was domiciled within the Department of Water. But administratively, we take charge of the county machinery. So basically that is my response that I would give. And maybe finally, I'd wish to say that the way Waziri had tried to explain on the issue of fuel that's come to the department, that you allocate us on the recurrent budget. It was our feeling that if the way Waziri had broken down the 80 million, that we use that fuel, we use only for 3 months. It was our feeling that we engage the economic planning so that they can create a budgetary line on the development, which we are on advanced stages engaging them, and we would beseech the committee that if there is a way we can complement each other on matters fuel, we can narrow down and discuss on how to use that fuel. And if, for instance, as transport, we can check all the fuel across the county, especially on the fuel cards, and we can see how they use it. For instance, I want to explain the matter whereby a member would wish to complement us and allocate fuel on development. For instance, if we allocate 1 million on fuel, we go procure that 1 million to your card, we get a card for Olare Ward and give it to you. Every other time that card is being used, we have your office and our clerks to see on how the check and balances of that card. So basically, it was a compliment that if there could be a way where you can complement what it has been allocated on the recurrent fuel, we would be really wish to see how members can complement what it has been allocated.
What members are saying, what Honorable Muya is saying, CEO, what Honorable Muya is saying is that if you wish to spend 1 million shillings in Ainabko Olare, then you ask me, how much would you wish to add? Then I tell you 500. You give me 1,500,000 card ya mafuta. Mimi naendelea.
Correct, Chair.
Honorable
Because, Chair, through you, if you do that, the matter of other departments siphoning from you, every member will have his fuel on his card. So there will be no available surplus for anybody to siphon. So
Actually, for you,
starting with
for
your
you
balances that are in account.
For us to do away with fuel issues in Uasin Gishu, yani for us to answer the question of fuel, ile umepangia sisi utupe. And then mimi nitaenda nyumbani nijipange nitaongeza nini kwa yangu. Mambo inaendelea.
Honorable Chair, I think the whole information is misrepresented. What I was saying is that the fuel that you have allocated on recurrent. Honorable Chair, kindly allow me to.
Please come. Other members, please proceed on CEO.
Thank you, Chair. I think that's a very engageful engagement, and we are looking forward for further discussion on the same. I think the matter is now live, and we live to engage more. And the input that the honorable members are giving is quite engageful, and we are looking forward for that. So thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Chair, may I request, because I know you are winding up. Remember last year, in around November, or was it early this year, we had roads that we partnered with Kera. I think you remember. And that time, I did forward a list of roads that we are going to do in partnership with Kera through you. Currently, we have also received 64 number roads, which will be done with funds from national government through Kera. They are county roads, but they are being financed through Kera. And usually when they come, we want to make sure that we don't clash. We don't allocate the same road money twice. So because we are at that critical point when we want to roll out our projects for the current financial year, I will forward the report to you so that you compare, so that every member is able to compare. Yes, I'll give you in the proper, I have the copies, but I'll file with you, so that you compare what they have planned to do and what we have planned to do in our programs, so that we don't allocate the same road. We can always move money from one road to another, so that we don't duplicate and we have many more roads that require funds. On the issue of El Nino, because somebody, a member had asked about El Nino, is that we are in discussion and we are also engaging economic planning, finance and economic planning, on what they have allocated to emergency. This is a period that is going to become very critical. As I made the report for Bacos, I did indicate that we now have 3 operational and 1 is being worked on through Mantrack, so that we have 4. It is very critical. I have requests. We have requests as a department from members who want drainages to be done in their wards, and we have been unable to do it. We have members here waiting, and we have not been able to attend because of the number of those machines. So we want to bring on board all of them, so that it will help us in addressing or in mitigating the effects of El Nino. With the 3 or 4 days of rain, we have already had negative impacts already. When this water comes to the road, if we don't manage this water and it flows along the road, it is going to sweep away all the maram that we have just done. Like the member for Kapsoya was saying, if we don't work on them, it will take us back. But if we manage to drain this water correctly, we will save those roads. We will be able to save on those roads. And the problem is everywhere. That problem is everywhere. We acknowledge the problem of drainage is a problem everywhere. Although some areas may be more swampy and marshy than others, the problem is almost across the world, and we will try our best to mitigate the effects. Thank you, Chair.
We will invite you to. His name is missing. Okay. Thank you. Honorable members. Honorable members. Let me take this opportunity to thank. Please, we will.
Because matters El Nino is something to worry about, Chair. In some of our wards, hii mvua ya kawaida peke yake ikinyesha hata watu huwa wanalala nje, wanalala kwa mashule. Na El Nino inaweza kuwa mbaya zaidi. We allocated monies in the name of drainage works. Drainage works, and that one does not mean that we are going to do a culvert or to do what. And I know with the 4 backhoes you are talking about, or 3 plus 1 to come, we will run into trouble. why don't you look into a way, even with the little amounts that we already have in the department, we engage our youths to open for us, because tukingojea bako ine kaunti mzima El Nino sitatumaliza. Yeah, so consider sure. We can discuss together, even if ungetaka kutumia yenye iko kwa saa hii kwa department yenu, so that I will give you during the supplementary what is in our nini. Then let's do local arrangement for the better good.
That is saying we are in it together, and we need to find home ground solutions or to that emergency, anticipated. Actually, it is anticipated emergency. It is here already with us, so we need to be prepared as county, and we members, we will not wait for a disaster to affect us, and then we say, I wish we had. If there is something we can do, please engage us. Please. Let me conclude so that we come to Kamugunji. I think it is proper we do that way. You know, Kamugunji, the regulations are slightly, yes. Honorable members and members from the executive, let me take this opportunity to thank you all for participating fully and being part of today's meeting. I want to believe that this is one of the many that we will be having until that day when we will say we are okay. But for now, it is evident that we are not okay. I want to appreciate the time you've taken and apologize on behalf of the House for keeping you waiting. We had another engagement which took us late. On the things that we've said, I want you to take note that we will require a detailed report stating the grading that is on column 1, grading, column 2, graveling, column 3, dosing, and column 4, drainage of all works for the financial year 2022-2023 in each ward. Number 2, we will also, for the sake of members, note that roads done through hire of machinery should not be included in that column. But because it is a requirement for work done by government, you will need to create a new column to say 20 kilometers was done through machine hire or what, in which ward. So you need to be specific. In Kolare ward, we had 18 kilometers done through equipment hire, so that we will be able to know that how much was done in Ainapkoi through the support of county on grading, on graveling, on dosing, on drainage work. And please, members are saying that part of the works that were done were actually made possible through their own contribution. So I don't know how we shall capture that, but if evidence shows that Honorable Francis Muya fueled KZA 100 liters to do 1 kilometer, then please omit that. But I don't know how you will do that, because it is a county machine which did the work actually. The operator was paid for working on that day. So maybe we will overlook that. Honorable members, I'm asking that we overlook that one which you donated fuel for work to be done. Unless it was a private work you did by your own, you did not use county machinery, then we will omit that one. So take note on that. We will require you to be here I am proposing a 21-day, if that will be enough for you. But in this case, we will want you to come here with your sub-county engineers and directors, Department of Roads. You said you have one non-acting capacity. We ndio tutamuhitaji, so that we have a full department sitting discussing roads. And it will be a full day engagement, if I may ask the leadership, so that we have a full day engagement with the aim of being better than the day we came. Being better. We want to make Uasin Gishu shine on our roads. It is a very important department that if we don't walk the talk, we risk, our contract here is 5 years. And that is also, that same applies to you. So it is a department that we hold so dear. And now that I don't have any ad hoc committee coming soon, I want to make sure that I spend my energy in trying to find the solutions for the challenges we have in this department. The honorable members have confidence with you. It's only that we are delaying them in service delivery. We are delaying their expectations. It is them who fettered you, and they are yet to see the works of their decisions. So please take note that a formal letter will accompany this, so that we will be properly served and we be properly constituted to do. Now, I'm asking you that while coming up with that report, remember you are giving us a report of 2022, 2023, and a quarterly report for this financial year. So please work with the honorable members so that the day we will be here, we will not have issues to do with that road is not existing in my place, or it is 2 kilometers, or it is 5 kilometers, or it was not done. Please work with us. That is why I've given you 21 days, Mr. CEO. Those days should be enough for you to come up with a comprehensive report. I want to hope that during that meeting, you will not be telling us that 5 machines are on pipeline. We will want to have our 12 graders with us. We will be distributing the 12 graders. You will be coming with the answer on fuel issue. Yes, and any other machinery. Otherwise, thank you so much. The meeting is adjourned.